Yeah, been looking at this thing. Got it for Christmas. Been looking at this thing for almost a year now. Never seems to give up the ghost. And yeah. I was thinking, well, you know, you can charge your car while you're going along if it's going in the sunlight, you know. And your house could be charging your batteries during the day, and when you get home, you charge your car at night time from the power that's been put into the batteries from your solar panels on your roof. You know, I don't know. Something just, it almost seems like it's bullshit just to prevent you from going forward into the future, sort of thing. I don't know. anyway, I down the shops the other day, and yesterday in fact, and I saw these and I thought, oh, you little beauties, you know. So and I got some strawberries here. It's only 2 in this one, I think, or maybe joined together, I don't know. I got another horseradish. I thought we'd do this thing again with a horseradish, and also a type of rhubarb. I don't know. I would love to get the one that's named after Queen Victoria, the hybrid. That grows pretty well. So, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. There might be a few cuttings I can get off the side there, so we'll go there. Gee, that didn't sound good. We're using Chinesium plastic now, not just Chinesium stainless. So yeah, so anyway, so I'll just set this up, and the idea is to, oh yeah, a bit of a shock last night in Gardening Australia. Dr. Charles Clark was on there. He was on there about a year or so ago, I think, shortly after he'd taken over the nursery up there in Queensland, you know, the Botanic Gardens up there in Queensland. And yeah, last night he had his head down, he wasn't looking directly at the camera, and it looked like he had some form of Bell's palsy, and there was a slight, I know, his speech wasn't, there was a slight, something odd with his speech every now and again, and the whites of his eyes were that sort of like translucent white, and not like an egg white sort of white. They were that translucent look with a slight bluish tinge. You often see in people who are on strong pain medication. So I don't know if he's fallen, had a stroke, or it's a combination of things. You know, I was half tempted, half-minded to do the, you know, the Margaret Shell's mother, Brendan Dilly thing. You know, why you so tired? One way, one again. Come on, number 5. Oh, you poor boy. Me love you extra long time. Suck you fucking $3. I can't quite do the accent that Brendan Dilly does, or Margaret Shaw does of her. And I used to love Margaret Shaw before she got tatted up. I mean, they're sort of colourful tats, but I don't know. I'm probably not into the tattooed lady sort of thing, but anyway, we'll see if we get this camera sort of sorted out there. And down a little bit, I don't know. Anyway, to go back a couple of steps, early on this year I came across, well, I get these out, get ready to plant them up. I'm thinking of doing maybe horseradish and the tomatoes is one thing, and the rhubarb and the rhubarb and the strawberries in the other sort of thing. So we'll see how they go. So I'll put this in. Oh, this has got 400 cubic centimetres in these ones, and you can see they cover the surface much better. Still having a bit of trouble with consistency, but I had noticed with the drip rate is different. So this waxiness of the thing is obviously changing the nature of the past experience of when we use just lightly covering the surface with an organic layer, either be peat, coir, newspaper cellulose, sawdust, or even charcoal. We found that charcoal took 4 to 6 months just to start to get going, but when it did get going, it was a little bit better than peat. So I don't know if that says anything to you. Oh, I suppose I better show you, since we're on spot culling, before we get going in this thing. It's a bright day. I've got to wear the old sunnies. It's so bright here. You know, starting to colour up. Some of these are starting to colour. Oh, get it around there. It's hard, isn't it? Starting to colour up on some of the leaves coming out there. So the Queensland's lace quite Still there, okay. So, but yeah, the temperature's starting to ramp up soon, and starting to get that summer weather. Even though we're going to go back to another 4 days of rain apparently towards the end of the week, so this coming week sort of thing. It's a Saturday today, by the way. Friday nights we have Gardening Australia. I mean, around the new millennium, we had it repeated sort of thing, and we were getting to the stage where it was going to be, I think it was repeated, shown and then repeated twice, like Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday you also got another repeat sort of thing. And it was getting to a stage where it was going to go really gangbusters, and then they came out with this botanic book, and then all the main purveyors of the show went off to do other things, this sort of thing. The book almost, the book called Botanic, I think it's called, or I've got it inside. I think it broke. It broke it. I think they put all their effort and money or something into this book, thinking it's going to be a massive hit, and it wasn't, sort of thing. And it basically broke Gardening Australia, and it's taken, as I said, we're now in 2022, heading towards 2023. It's taken them almost 25 years to crawl their way back from that disaster of putting out this book, thinking they're all going to become massive millionaires or something, or billionaires or something, and the ABC was going to, absolutely go get. We were all expecting them to go to, as I said, 3 days a week, basically, Friday, Saturday and Sunday sort of thing, and maybe turn the show into an hour and a half or something like that, or just have 2 episodes for the weekend or something. But this book they came out with broke all that. It's a bit like, almost, I said, like with my childhood, we all thought we were going to grow up and books were going to be freely available, anyone could write them, they will be full of colour photographs, and they'll be cheap. And none of that has basically happened. I've got fancy, lovely covers, but that's about it, really. And, if you want lots of nice colour photographs in there, you've got to really pay for them. And basically, I think you have to do all the it's a scam, in other words. It's turned into basically a scam. You're the one that's doing the paying for the book. Not the publishing company, sort of thing, even though they've got the dosh, sort of thing. Anyway, so a lot to think about there from last night. A bit of a shock, I think, oh Jesus, we're not going to. And we've just had Larry Mellencamp just pass away, and one of the 4 major people involved in the initial setup of the International Colours Plants Society. I think, oh God, we're going to have another obituary in next year or fairly shortly, sort of thing. All to do this with a wonky Wona jab. Wonky Wona jab. I don't know, but yeah. Apparently over in Britain now, I've just seen on the internet today that they're sort of starting to sort of set up to have autumn boosters and things like that. oh, it's just crazy we're living in. Anyway, to go back a few steps, as I was trying to get before I got onto the Gardening Australia backstory from around the new millennium, what went on there. Yeah, it was the bee's knees round there. It was just fantastic, and we all thought we're going to go, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and they came out with this book, and it buggered everything, and all the major presenters seemed to be jettisoned out to other places, and one of them turned up on Garden Gurus and things like that. I don't know what really went on, but it was a major stuff up. That was back in the days when we had the ABC shop, and they used to sell DVDs and everything. You could go in there and have a peruse in there, and they started shutting the ABC DVD shop. And now, where do I go to get a bloody ABC DVD or something? I mean, I used to like that From the Heart DVD, that was lovely. I was expecting, again, we were expecting series 3 and 4, and they suddenly truncated series 2, and we've never seen series 3 and 4. It was one of the best things they've done since the Bill Peach sort of stuff. And I don't know. I mean, when you think they're going to do something, and it's really they're basically on a success story, something goes to balls it up or makes it go pear-shaped or something. Almost as though there's someone out there saying that you can't become too successful, or you can't have the success. You know, when you start to have a success, they can have a bit of success, but when you start to have a bit of success, oh no, you can't have the success. Only they, or the chosen elite, or whatever it is, can have the success. You know, so yeah. Yeah, it's all like that, you know. Maybe because because your successes come late in life, you might actually learn a few things or notice a few things, sort of thing. Anyway, just look at the sort of root. I'll bash all this stuff off. May have to wash it under the tap. I don't know. I don't really want to do that, but we'll see how we go. But I'll just have a go. But let's see. I think I want to wash this off. So yeah, I think I do. So we'll see how we go. I just go down the tap and try and wash this off easily. Yeah, most of it came away quite fairly easily, as I said, so it's pretty good. That came away, most of it's gone. There's a few little chunks there, but I can take that out with my hand and everything, this sort of thing. A little bit of bark chip there. See, they're using bark chip there. So that's what I say, it's bark chip and things like that are high lit. And why am I getting a smell of some sort of vegetable or something? Yeah, characteristic smell of some kitchen vegetable. Shit, what is it? Well, but it's not tomato, you know. Something you slice up in the kitchen. It smells like it just. Yeah, I'm not really a vegetable person. But yeah, it's a characteristic thing you smell when it's being chopped up in the kitchen, but it's not tomato. Yeah, that's very interesting. I can't remember what it is. Oh look, there's well, that's not an osmocote. That's one of these other variations of it, sort of thing, like osmocote. So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the sun's not quite nice. Anyway, we're going to plant this in, and I'll probably go off camera and watch these other things. We'll start another clip or something. But yeah, that's the shock horror of the last 24 hours. And if I can see, I don't know. Where's the sun? Can you see down there the sand in there? And you can see the sand on there, sort of thing. So yeah, I'm not telling you porkies. It's just this. And I said it's 800 cubic centimeters. This one. We've gone. If I put it back too far, yeah, probably put it back too far. Okay, a little bit there, and we'll put this in, and I'll wash the others. So the next segment will be. And what else was I going to talk about? There was something else. So we'll put that. Oh yeah, the other thing with these things is you've got to plant them much deeper. That's it. Yeah. So I'm going to plant it down to where the cotyledons were. I'm going to plant it as far as down as I can. So we'll put that down there, and as far that's probably as good enough as I can get for there easily with this go. And then we'll just cover it up basically, the hole and everything. Put this back and quickly do this, and then we'll just give it the double flush or to get it flushed in, and that will settle down all the sand underneath, and fall back in place. Oh yes, I'll talk about the sand. Things about the sand you might not know in the next clip. So I'll just wash these other ones, and maybe this one as well. And so I reckon this one here, we can just knock this one off. I reckon. Yeah, we're going to knock it off. Yeah. Okay, over and out to the next clip. See ya.